Oh, the bitches. Oh, the bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Oh, the bitches. It's vile out there. It is vulgar. It's it's a bit tart. Weather-wise, out there, bit tart for my liking. A little bit, bit not a fan of it. Interesting evening last night. Just me and the long one were in the flat working on the Android. Going to put up a little thing of that in the Discord later. Get involved if you're interested. Don't worry about that. Anyway, we're just working away. Hear a sort of little tinkle of glass. I think, maybe. Where's that come from? In the house? Nah. Probably outside, don't know. The weather's terrible. Assume there's something, whatever. Anyway, about 20 minutes later, knock on the front door. It's the girl from upstairs. Now, she's a sweet young girl, bit folksy. That's fine. Upstairs, I don't know whether or not with how much I've discussed it. An interesting sort of revolving door of randos live above us. Previously, in previous years, it's been almost entirely populated by drug dealers. Not anymore, sadly. But sometimes people come back to attempt to buy the drugs whilst off their face late at night. Generally, while there's only like a lone young woman in the property, so that's a bit fun. But no, last night it turns out one of the girls from upstairs, who I don't really know any of them. She's split up with a boyfriend who, according to the girl I spoke to, is rather possessive. And the little sort of somewhat tinkling turns out was one of the small windows in our kitchen slightly broken as he scaled the back of the house. Got onto the flat roof of our kitchen, which then would put you in line with the window for their kitchen, and obviously gave them quite a fright as he was banging on their window attempting to get in. They threatened to call the police, and apparently he scarpered. Long dog slept through the whole thing. Some fucking guard dog she is, yeah? Like, normal person, friend of ours, invited into the house, comes through the front door, goes mental. Lunatic, scaling the back of the property, and kicking out one of the small windows. Nothing. Not even bothered. Couldn't give a fuck. I don't know whether or not she's in cahoots with this lunatic or what the situation is. I don't know. Don't start with me, fucking with the sound. Do not start. I'm getting. Oh my god! Look, crash test. Do not fall for Mr. Mark's rather painful, outdated memes in the chat. All these outdated memes. Anyway, listen, yeah. So there's a lunatic on the loose. So now, I'm tooled up. I'm going around the property. I'm looking for trouble. Dog's still asleep. She didn't give a fuck. Anyway, there was no more trouble. There's been some recent issues with a couple. I don't know. I don't know whether or not it's one of the guys that is from upstairs or not. There's a few guys. They run some sort of Deliveroo mafia. And there's issues with them parking the scooters outside a window, as they often have a tendency the alarms to go off in the middle of the night, and they don't speak any English. I guess I think they're Italian, and so when I scold them, which I have to sometimes scold them for their loudness late at night, or scold them for their alarms going off, I have to do it through Google Translate, which makes for a slightly peculiar scolding, but scolding nonetheless. So I start with the hand waving, like pointing at the bike and going wee 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 wee, and then pointing at the sort of the bedroom window, and just get a blank look. And then the phone comes out, Google Translate on, and he says like, press the button, speak into it. So you speak into it now. That's how it works. Speak into it. I go, your fucking scooter alarm keeps going off at 5 o'clock in the morning. My bedroom's there. And then it sort of has to translate reason. It goes, oh, yeah. Replies back, it's broken. Yeah, I know it's broken. Like, fix it, cunt. It's going off at 5 in the morning, 3 nights in a row. You're fucking, you and your bloody Deliveroo mates, bloody a menace. Absolute menace. Anyway, so there was some scolding. You need to get that fixed. Can't party bike there. They still do. They don't care. They don't respect my authority. I don't know whether or not it's because I'm English and they hate the English. Maybe it is. And maybe they have good reason to. Most people seem to. But apparently scolding through Google Translate does somewhat take the edge off it. I don't know. You know, I don't know what this game is. I'm guessing what you need to do roughly now is escalate the situation. So I think I will probably in the middle of the night, I'll just torch one of the bikes. I think that'd be, I mean, sends a message, doesn't it? You know, are you then like when it's clearly on fire, be knocking on the door. Your alarm's going off. The alarm's going off, and it looks like the moped's gone on fire. So I don't know if that's part of the alarm system. Is it like one of those South African anti-carjacker sort of situations? Nevertheless, if you wouldn't mind putting it out, because it is kicking up a bit of smoke. I'm doing all this through Google Translate, like kicking up a bit of smoke, and then pressing the button, and the sort of little computer voice comes out. And it's really struggling to understand it whilst just standing there in full view of the flaming motorbike. Like, no, sorry, I don't think it didn't really pick up your voice very well. Over the noise of the inferno. No, your bike on fire. Yeah, alarm. Very annoying. Anyway, so that was fun last night, guys. Yeah, please, guys, no swearing in the chat. That would be great. I mean, no buggers, no Todds, no Willies or anything of that matter. Guys, there's bits and bobs today. I can't tell you what they are off the top of my head, but I guess we'll work it out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Names.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Sluggy. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Coffee Manchester FM. That was a cool story about the whole moped situation, wasn't it?
Cool story.
I'll make sure I keep you updated on that. Another fun game that they're playing is to remove waste property. So stuff that you would normally, traditionally, put in a bin. There is one, maybe 8 feet from from the front of our house, one of those large communal bins that everyone puts their rubbish in. But they've decided that what is more fun is to stack it up in the front garden. Not their garden, our garden. But they've stacked that up and part of an old sofa. Just part of a sofa, not all of the sofa. So that is also now a nice feature of the property. As you can tell, we live in squalor. There's no electricity. We don't have all the windows that we're supposed to have. Lunatics. With sort of grappling hooks, scale the side of the property. There's flaming mopeds around. It's somewhat like Mad Max. We're living in a sort of post-apocalyptic. You go in through Hove and you're going sort of down Church Road and that, and you've got sort of Adelaide Crescent, and you get to like the Drive and all the sort of nice houses like that. Well, a little bit beyond that is the post-apocalyptic area of Hove, where stuff is on fire. There are just sort of mounds of rubbish. No one has any electricity. You got to have a cold shower. Lunatics scale your property. Moped alarms are just going off basically 24 hours a day, and all the dogs are asleep. But anyway, that's where I live. And I wouldn't have it any other way. It keeps me on my toes.
It's appalling.
It's not great. Guys, what do we have in terms of nonsense? I'm sure there is a lot. Wanted man used son 11 as human shield. Well, what else would be the point in having a child? If you can't use your own child as a human shield, what is the point in procreating? I ask you, ladies and gentlemen. Man hospitalised after getting 3-day erection from ball stimulant. Is that not what you wanted? Well, as they say, an erection lasting longer than 48 hours is technically a medical emergency. So, wise up, young kings. Tornado drinking guy takes on disgusting drink challenge. What is tornado drinking guy? Well, we'll find out soon enough. We will find out. Thousands of tubes of Pringles burnt to a crisp on motorway lorry fire. Sad. Perhaps have to pay respects, guys. The Pringles man, Affy dead. Woman's knees look just like EastEnders brothers, Grant and Phil Mitchell. Now, when I started Coffee and Memes, as you know, it was, an attempt to give myself some structure in my life, to have something to work for, strive towards, take my attention away from the crushing pain of reality. And I thought, I could cover interesting stories. I could cover like sort of exciting tech stuff. I could cover like funny bits, put a humorous spin on the news. But never did it occur to me that I would cover a story with such greatness, of such just incredible wonderment, splendor and majesty as this. Woman's knees look just like EastEnders brother Grant and Phil. And they do. I mean, Jesus, look, there they are. There are the knees. As you can see, it's very clearly Phil on the left and Grant on the right. Phil seemingly just slightly shy of crackhead Phil days, of that time when he walked through the door. The door was closed, but he actually walked through it. That is the... That's good, actually. That was a really good bit of EastEnders. Maybe we'll get that up. I wonder if that's on YouTube. It should be, really, because what would be the point in having a YouTube if you didn't have that video? Phil Mitchell, breaking doors. Does that happen more than once? There was a Harry Hill 8 years ago. I don't think it was that long ago, was it? Guys, come on, this is important stuff. Best of drunk Phil Mitchell. We could do this all day. There's a TV burp version of it. All right, let's just have. There he goes. Bosh! This is not the scene. All right, this is a waste of everybody's time, isn't it? We'll keep going. Do them. You should at least do the do with it.
I've won!
Right, well, that was a waste. Oh, God. Forget it. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Look, let's get back to the important news. These knees, right? Holly Fairfax, 40, says she flexes the muscles in her legs. The mouths begin... If she flexes the muscles in her legs, the mouths begin to move, making it appear as though the faces are talking to each other. What do they say to each other? It's like, Phil, Grant, where's Kathy? Grant, have you got any crack cocaine? Grant, I'm going to headbutt you. Grant, we need to have a chat. Grant, what are you doing? I'm on spice, Phil. I'm on spice. I'm on toast. I'm on meow meow. Fucking hell, Grant. What are you on meow meow for? For a documentary. What's that then? Well, it's like a program where they find. Yeah, I know what a documentary is. I checked my speaking about her outlandish ability. Holly from Braunton, Devon says, years ago I noticed that my mum had faces on her knees and found it quite funny. It's technically called cherub knees, and it is a long known condition that is often presumed to offer good luck to the local community, particularly if you live in a fishing and or farming community. and you're looking to, you're looking for a sign that you're going to have a good harvest. That you're going to have a good season of yams, something like that. So if there are any young maidens in the villages, check their knees. Go out there, have a look at the knees, and if they've got, little cherub knee, maybe you're in for some good fucking yams. Oh, man. Anyway, it was several years ago, and since then I've forgotten about it, really. It's a trick she had forgotten about until recently when she showed off her knees to a pal who was bowled over. Holly said, "They were like, oh my God, that's amazing." We got chatting about it, and I made a couple of funny videos of having them make conversations together. People just seemed to find it funny. People started asking Holly about her unusual skill, prompting her to get the Mitchells out. That's nice, isn't it? Get your Mitchells out, love. Come on, let's have a look at them speaking then. And a little chat. Oh, fucking come on, that bar.
Phil. Yes, mate. Phil. Phil, seriously, mate, what have you done? What have you done to your face, you donut? You absolute donut. You look like a div. What? You look like a right div. Look. What is the matter? Go and look in the mirror. Go and look in the mirror, you stupid donut. You got Sharon's lipstick all over your face. What? I haven't seen Sharon. What? Who have you been with? No.
Please say they dubbed the drum roll on.
Bruv, go and look in the mirror. If you ain't been with Sharon, whose lipstick is that all over your face? Oh no. Oh bruv, don't tell anyone, please. Please. Please, it's Kathy's.
Thought it was going to be at least, because there's Sonia. Would have been nice. It's Gaffney's, Dane Gaffney's. Dane Gaffney's new line of lipstick. He's been watching a lot of Jeffree Star videos, and he's decided. And Dane Gaffney is now releasing, him and Paul Danan together are releasing a new line of makeup. It's mainly lippy for straight fellas. Just really bold coloured lippy. Your bright reds, your cherry red, your cherry bomb red, your fuchsia, hot pink. Just and simple applicator. No trouble. Yeah, just for the geezer in a hurry who wants to get a nice bit of lippy on, go out to the Boza, wherever, and just look fucking smart. They're mates. Anyway, it's another one for Dragon's Den. Guys, look, there's some good bits today, actually. Some nice bits. And what do we have? We have Love So Strong. Love So Strong by Sicker. About that chick with the knees, guys, right? Yeah? Am I right? Sicker, Love So Strong. Choice little number. Sultry little number. Sexy little number. Little number to get the Mitchells out to. Mm-hmm. Lovely bit gear. Lovely bit o' gear. That's Sicker with Love So Strong. Prince Charles hurt after topping up Meghan and Harry's income for wedding and lifestyle. He's hurting. He's hurting real bad. Charlie. Oh, Prinny Charles. Hurting. Hurting real bad. What the fuck? Like, well, I mean, firstly, come on, guys. Dip into your pockets. Let's set the old boy up a Just Giving page. You know, dig deep, yeah? You know, think about all the times Charles has been there for you. You know, all the time. You know, that time you broke down on the side of the M25 and you didn't have AA coverage because you're a tardy fuckwit, yeah? What, you ring up Big Charlie, eh? The Charleston. What does he do? He comes and picks you up in the range. You know, tows you back to, you know, whatever godforsaken part of the country you're from. What about that time that you split up with your missus, you know, and you climbed up the back of her flat trying to scare her and stuff, you know, and you're crying in the rain? Who'd you call? You know, Uncle Charles, yeah? Comes and picks you up in the range, yeah? Sits you down, you know, gives you a hot cup of cocoa, yeah? Back rub, you know? Pulls for the console and slip. Whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. You're in the range now. You know, you're in the royal range. All bets are off, yeah? Once you step into that range, son, once you step out of the rain and into that range, it's a different world. You know, it's a different world. Hands are on knees. You know what I mean? Back rubs to go all the way down and sort of underneath. It's a different world. Anyway, Prince Charles is hurt, topping up Meghan and Harry's income for wedding and lifestyle. I wasn't aware that the taxpayer fitted the bill for their house. That's a nice way to spend a few £1 million, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I can certainly understand. Like on yesterday's show, we were discussing it. We weren't really sure quite why the media seems to hate Meghan Markle so much. But I can see how, like, people could just hate the royals in general. Because, you know, I mean, a posh scrounger. No one likes a posh scrounger. Jesus, like you don't like your tight mate that's got loads of cash that won't get around in. No thanks. Prince Charles, Prince of Wales, secretly gave his son Prince Harry and wife Meghan Markle millions of his own money. His own money, right? Okay, to embrace her into the royal family and fund a lavish wedding and lifestyle. Prince Charles is hurting. Yeah. Money from his private income. What does he do? International paedophile ring, I presume. Arms. What is it? Drugs? Is he pumping crack cocaine into the 1980s, you know, African American community? Where's he getting his folding money from? What? All right, Charlie. Okay, Charlie fucking Big Potatoes. I mean, look, I'm not surprised that you're pissed off. A, Harry's not even your son. And, you know, if you're giving him all your drug money, all your dirty money, all your dark money, yeah, and he's buggered off to Canada with it, not even your son, yeah, it's going to sting a little bit. Where's Uncle Charlie? Where does Prince Charles get his money? Okay. The money comes from Prince Charles's income from the Duchy of Cornwall, a vast portfolio of property and financial investments, which brought him in 21 million last year. Okay, the revenue is used to fund the public, private, and charitable activities of the Duke and his children. Right. Okay. Now, but where do these properties? where do these properties come from? You know, were they bought? You know, are they just part of the crown, effectively? Who pays for Harry and Meghan at the moment? The couple say that about 95% of their income comes from the Prince of Wales. He says he pays for the public duties of Prince Harry and Meghan, as well as the Duke and the Duchess of Cambridge, and some of their private costs. In total, this funding, in the year Meghan officially joined the royal family, stood for just over £5 million. Money comes from Prince Charles's income of the Duchy of Cornwall, a vast portfolio of property and investment and financial investments, which brought him in £21 million last year. The revenue is used to fund blah, 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 blah. In addition, about 5% of the Sussex's income comes from the sovereign grant. According to their website, the money is paid from the government to the royal family to cover expenses for official duties and looking after royal palaces. The grant is worth $82 million per financial year. Okay. How much do the royals bring in revenue? How much does royal family bring in tourism? Royal family brings in $400 million a year in private revenue. That's under the Sovereign Act. The government keeps $360 million of. Family brings in one. All right, okay, all right. Now, now we're talking about the free markets, eh? Now we're in business. If they're bringing in, what's this website? Full Fact, UK's independent fact-checking charity. Right, well, we'll see about that. Hold on a second. How does the royal family make money? In brief, claim the royal family brings in $400 million a year in private revenue, of which $360 million is kept by the government under the Sovereign Act of 2011. Conclusion: incorrect. Okay, the Crown Estate brought in $330 million in years 2017 to 18. This money goes to the government, who then gives the Queen a grant based on 25% of the Crown's estate's income 2 years previously. The Crown Estate isn't the royal family's private property. The Queen pays tax to the government on her own private incomes. Okay. Well, listen, guys, I think we could all agree that if the royal family are making more money than they cost us, it's shrewd business. Other way round, though, off with their heads. I think is the only option. Look, you can't look. I don't want a group of shape-shifting lizards who run international paedophile rings costing taxpayer money. Do you? You know, I mean, do you think worrying about the cost of the taxpayer of the shape-shifting lizards that run international paedophile rings is the right thing to be worried about, or should you be worried about, you know, the pedo ring, or should you be worried about the fact that they're shape-shifting lizards? I wouldn't know how to prioritise that, but I would say, as a good capitalist, I would say probably the cost of the taxpayer would be the main thing to worry about in that situation. So, guys, look, I want to see the books. Queenie, come on. I want to see your books. I imagine she does them all like a pub landlady or something. She's got really big actual books, no spreadsheets, no computers involved. She's got one of those calculators with the roll of paper on the back, and she's writing it all down in like beautiful sort of royal handwriting and stuff, doing all the expenses. Takes her forever. That's what she spends most of her time doing. That's why she doesn't go out in public that much anymore. She's fucking doing Harry and Meghan's expenses. Unbelievable. Like, she's like, fucking train fare to Derby. Jesus, what are you back and forth to Derby for? A Twix. Harry, one cannot claim a Twix on royal expenses. Nosebag, fine. A Twix, no. Okay, so the Twix stuff, that's it. Like, do you have receipts for the nosebag? You've got to get. Look, these are royal drug dealers. See, you can get it all. You can run it all through the books. You know, if you're going to indulge £500,000 worth of flake each year, do get a receipt for it, you ginger twat. Tell your fucking missus if she's put in for a £40 back massage. I do not think so. Anyway, that $35 million you spent on MDMA, fine. You've got to get me the receipt over by Wednesday now. Right, look, enough about that. I want to have another bit. There was a good bit. Where's the bit? Where's the fucking bit? Ash flow? Concrete. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Fucking hell, Harry! Oh, Charles is mining Bitcoin, according to Chris Bates. That would not surprise me. Oh no, Shawnee Simpson, sorry. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if bloody Buckingham Palace, half of it's just a server farm mining Bitcoin. I mean, do they have to pay for the electricity, or is that, again, taxpayer funded? Bloody the air conditioning on that alone. Whew. Mama. So I've somehow ended up on the Express, looking into the royal family's money. And very sadly, there's this bit up the top here. Royal split, Farage tears into disrespectful Meghan and Harry. I thought it said, for a second, Farage in tears, which would have been an incredible... Can you imagine Nigel Farage on his LBC show just sobbing at Mexit? He hasn't got the Brexit he wanted, and now Mexit is too much for him to take. I just want my prince back. Ah. Sure. That was Ashflow, I guess is how you say it. It's all in capitals for no good reason. It's a track called Concrete off See the Lights EP on Patrol the Skies Music. Like that. That was nice. It was a nice bit of sort of... Do we have a subgenre for that sort of, you know, synthy kind of doobie kind of, you know, scientific-y kind of synthwavy DMB sort of. It's a kind of Saturday night special, but it's a bit like, don't know, more synthy, bit more like, forget it. Fuck it, why do I even bother? Why am I even here? I don't know. Look, come on, let's get into this geezer with the boner. Man hospitalised after getting 3-day erection from ball stimulant. It's rough, man. You can see in the picture here, you can see an outline of the boner. Hard to say, really, how sort of, how bad it is. I don't know what his normal boners are like. But if you've got such a hard-on that you have to go to hospital, that surely can't be good. A man in Mexico found himself in an unfortunate and, I'd imagine, extremely uncomfortable position after he reportedly took bull stimulants and ended up with a 3-day erection. Jess Hardyman attempting to imagine the uncomfortable position of a 3-day erection there. According to local media, the unnamed man took a sexual stimulant described as Viagra for bulls, which is used during the animal's insemination process. You wouldn't think that bulls would need boner pills, Well, sometimes, guys, we can all use a little bit of help. Which leads me on to my next sponsor, Blue Chew! Use the promo code LimpDickCuck to get 10% off boner pills. He went on to develop an erection for 3 days and had to be hospitalised for urgent surgery. What sort of surgery do they do? When you got what are they, draining it? Yikes. The anonymous man is believed to have bought the bull stimulant in the city of Veracruz in the eastern Mexico state of the same name. He was admitted to hospital in the northeastern Mexico state of Tamaulipas, where he reportedly said he had decided to take the bull Viagra because he was planning to have a sexual encounter with a 30-year-old woman. Woo! Damn, son. Yep. 30. Once they hit 30, you got to start performing, buddy, or you're out. Women get to a certain age, they're looking for the one. Yeah. And if you're putting up a rough show, if you're putting up a limp performance, if you're thumbing it in, at that point, see you later, buddy. The doctors who attended him said he was hospitalized in the specialized hospital 270, the city of Reynosa. He had taken a sexual stimulant which he had brought in Veracruz, used by farmers in the region to invigorate bulls for insemination. Brazilian newspaper La República reports that doctors had to carry out urgent surgery to treat the man's boner. After the procedure was performed, they had no further updates on the patient's condition. What's the procedure? Guys, come on. What is it? What do they do? Do they remove it entirely? Are they amputating? Do they take off the bell? What are they, are they draining it? Are they putting it on ice? What could the surgery be? Are they putting a tourniquet on it? Suggestions in the chat, guys. What would the surgery be? Correct, Mr. Merck. You have taken the meme until it is no longer funny. I feel like it ran out a couple of days ago, but look, I appreciate someone who really sees a quote unquote joke through to the bitter end. That is something that I often fall foul of myself, and have recently, in fact, been scolded by the missus for just wearing a joke so hard into the ground. Because I sort of feel that you start off, something's funny, keep going, it's less and less funny, and then you get to the point whereby it's like, really seriously, can you stop now? But if you keep going, if you really, really keep going, it can go full circle and become funny again. Not always, but can be worth a try. Anyway, look, back to this guy's dick. Where are we? Look, suggestions in the chat, please. Answers on a postcard. Will at threshold.fm. Let me know, what's the surgical procedure for a boner that's lasted more than 48 hours? Let's surgery on penis for long erection, I guess. No. Anyway, the specific name or brand of the bull stimulant has not been reported. I think this might all be fake news. I think it's very possible. Like, there's no sources really apart from, well, there's this Brazilian website, La República. Hombre fue internado al Sofía erección de 3 días por tomar Viagra para todos. Well, any of my Brazilian listeners, I apologise for that. That was almost certainly quite triggering. Where are we? What's going on? What else do we have? Sweet Jesus. About these crisps. Thousands of tubes of Pringles burnt to a crisp in motorway lorry fire. Crisp fans will understandably be gutted after a lorry delivering thousands of tubes of Pringles caught fire on the M1 motorway in the East Midlands. Nobody was hurt in the fire, but thousands of crisps have been destroyed, with no word on which flavours have been the most badly affected. See, look, this is the sort of thing which will affect like the Weatherspoons, won't it? It'll be like, sorry guys, we're out of Pringles at the moment. Sorry. What? I said, we're out of Pringles at the moment. Yeah, I heard you. I wasn't asking you to repeat it. I was asking you to tell me what the fuck is going on. No Pringles. No blankets for the pigs. Eh? No Brexit yet. What's the fucking point of coming to spoons? Unbelievable. Fingers crossed that the supplies of sour cream and chive remain unharmed and will be lining the shelves of the supermarkets for the foreseeable future. Motorway fire took place at 7 a.m. on Sunday in Derbyshire, with flames taking hold of the heavy goods vehicle. Fortunately, the driver managed to escape the cab unharmed and detached the trailer without injury. Unfortunately, though, all the stock on board the delivery truck has been burnt to a crisp. Thousands of tubes of Pringles left in ashes by the time help arrived from the emergency services. The fire led to a closure on the A52 slip road from Derby to Nottingham, which did not reopen until later in the afternoon, once all the Pringle debris had been cleared up. This is not the first time, though, that precious cargo has been lost on the motorway of this land. The motorways of this land. This would also be a good coffee table book. Stuff lost on motorways. In September, the M6 northbound carriage had to be closed for between junctions 19 and 20 after 2 lorries collided. One of the vehicles was transporting thousands of litres of gin, which, whilst usually delicious, in the instance was extremely dangerous as it was both concentrated and in large quantity. A statement from Cheshire Fire and Rescue said shortly before 5:30 p.m, firefighters were called to reports of a collision on the M6. On arrival at the scene, the crews discovered the incident involved 2 HGVs. One vehicle involved is a tanker which was carrying approximately 32,000 litres of concentrated gin, which was leaking onto the carriageway. We did the only thing we could and got 2,000 basic bitch millennial women to come in and sup it all up while Instagramming the entire thing. Luckily, we had them all on hand as we sent out a couple of Snapchats to rally the troops. Due to the flammability of the alcohol, a decision was taken to close the motorway in both directions as a precautionary measure. Crews are also coating the spilt alcohol with foam to prevent it from igniting. There are no reports of any injuries at the current time. Thank fuck, guys. Thank fuck for that. Okay, let's have one more of these bits. There's, I think we can do this. Danger Mouse by Giganti. I think that would be fine. Oh, sorry, it's Danger Moose. Danger Moose! Yeah, boy. It's Gigante, Danger Mouse. A classic no shares Jeff Parsons number here from the Metro. Could a pill replace exercise? Scientists make bold claim about new protein. Okie dokie. In the future, couch potatoes may get all the benefits of exercise without having to set foot in a gym. Scientists believe that they've discovered a protein that occurs naturally during workouts and could be developed as a pill to keep muscles strong. The protein is called cestrin, and a study performed on mice and flies found that administering it resulted in them burning fat and gaining muscle even without exercise. Wow. Humans produce the same protein, and researchers think that making a supplement of it could help reduce muscle wastage in elderly or inactive people. You know, the elderly people who obviously have a lot of trouble, holding on to muscle, or lazy people who also, in the same breath, have trouble holding on to muscle mass on account of their bone idleness and utter refusal to take part in society. Cestrin alone is sufficient to produce many benefits of physical movement and exercise, said Dr. Mungjin Kim, who led the research into the protein at Michigan University in the US. In order to track the protein's effectiveness in flies, the research team built a tiny fly treadmill. Adorable. Utilizing the fly's instinct to climb up and out of the test tube. The flies were monitored over 3 weeks, and the team then compared the results with flies that were bred without the ability to produce cestrin. Flies can usually run around for 4 to 6 hours at this point, and the normal flies' ability improved over that period. The flies without cestrin did not improve with exercise. When they artificially boosted normal flies' cestrin levels to the maximum, the flies' results were stronger, even without exercise, than the trained flies. Kim said, "We propose that cestrin can coordinate these biological activities by turning on or off different metabolic pathways. This kind of combined effort is improved for producing exercise's effects." Researchers also helped another collaborator to demonstrate that muscle-specific cestrin can also help prevent atrophy in immobilized muscle, including the type that occurs when a limb is in a cast for long periods. That'd be good, or if you're in a coma. God, the fucking hell! I was saying yesterday about the stuff that's on the side. It was all banter yesterday. Today, dozens of child victims of grooming gangs were failed by police. Paedophile burnt to death by lynch mob over rape and murder of girl 6. Royal biographer caught up in racism debate after referring to coloured people. Jesus. I mean, yeah. Real honking shit show on the side of the Metro today. Dr. Kim, the independent study again highlights that cestrin alone is sufficient to produce many benefits of physical movement and exercise, but the researchers caution that it'll be a while until we see any kind of cestrin pill on the horizon. Dr. Kim said, "Cestrins are not small molecules. We're working to find small molecule modulators." Cool, man. Anyway, in more exciting news, the Metro have changed up the way they do business in terms of comments. It's no longer... you no longer do it with your Facebook account. You can instead add a nickname and your comment, and you can upvote and downvote. So is Marcus _RM says, "By the time he gets to the shop, the strength of the pill will be so diluted due to regulation that it'll just be an expensive placebo that won't help you unless you increase the recommended daily dose by a factor of 10. Then the nasty side effects kick in due to all the other crap packed in with the minute quantity of cestrin." Clearly a medical professional or someone that has had in-depth experience with Big Pharma and the performance enhancing supplement. It's coming. I don't know what I was talking about. I don't think it mattered. I really don't think it did. Elon Musk says Teslas will talk to and fart at pedestrians. Another no-share classic from Jeff Parsons. Elon Musk has made a string of new claims about the growing list of features on Tesla electric cars. Billionaire shared a video on Twitter showing a Tesla Model 3 calling out to pedestrians on the street as they filmed it pass. Teslas will soon torture people if you want. This is real, Musk captioned the tweet. In the video, the car can be heard saying, well, don't just stand there staring, hop in a plummy English accent. That'd be cool if your car could, like, catcall women as you drove past. You know, and maybe, being that it's a Tesla and it's smart and stuff, it could specially adapt the audio so that it wasn't subject to the Doppler effect, because normally, like when you lean out of a car window to shout at a woman, often all they hear is, yeah, it's like... But if you were to, I don't know, there must be some sort of way of having a specially adapted audio filter that, you know, was judged like how fast you were going. You know, it could obviously see the young, lone woman in the distance, and you know, you could pick from a number of different heckles, you know, and catcalls that you wanted to you know, shout at her, and then, you know, you could have your special car just hurl the rancid abuse for you, which would be great. I mean, in that, and then you could keep your eyes on the road, or I mean, the car's probably driving itself. I mean, fuck it, you don't even need to be in the car. Why not just have gangs of roving Teslas just driving around, just catcalling young women? Why not have that? Really? You know, that's the AI we dreamed of in the 80s, isn't it? Is it? Anyway, moreover, Musk followed that tweet up with another suggesting the cars would be able to fart in someone's general direction. Nod to Monty Python. That's nice. So what are the cars?
Well, don't just stand there staring. Hop in.
Cute.
Have you practiced that expression long? Well, don't just stand there staring. Hop in.
So when it says fart in the general direction, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Big Elion to stick some sort of, like, spray, some sort of scent spray, to actually, you know... Anyway, one of the so-called Easter eggs in the Tesla car is the option to add fart noises to individual seats in the car. That's a bit fun, isn't it? As ever, it's not clear when or if this feature will somehow get added to Tesla cars in the future, but we can't imagine your average pedestrian will enjoy having a £42,000 sports car roll up and either shout something or fart at them from the side of the road. The only benefits we can see is it might be a better way of heckling women as they try and walk home late at night. Okay, well, Jeff Parsons is clearly on the case with that. Good stuff. Guys, it's the end of the show, okay? Please, you have to understand, it's 1 minute to 9, therefore it is the end of the show. Coming up at 11, your gal, my friend, and yours, Power Jen, to the power of Jen, and it's got a little 10 up just at the end of Jen. She's at 11, bringing you the positive vibes, the positive energy, the positive... I've done STD results, done ions, positive diodes. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's going to be good. It usually is. It always is. Then at 8 o'clock tonight, Gold Top Radio. I will be back tomorrow at 8. And I'll see you then. Guys, I love you. Stay out of trouble. Keep your nose clean. Keep your mum safe. Keep your lad in your pants unless specifically requested to remove it by either a doctor or a lover. I love you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.